Okay, guys, I am back with another um, contour. I don't know if I even want to say a contour kit because this is technically not a a contour palette. This is the Smashbox Shape Matters. Now, I don't want to say that this is like a swatch video or anything like that. I think I just want to kind of go over like what exactly I have in this video, if I'm gonna purchase it again or not, show it to you what it has, everything in there, this and that, whatnot. Now, this is the Smashbox Shape Matters. Um, there is a brow tech in here, which is like the wax to put it in place, powder, contour powder, highlighter, and then the eyeshadow. Um, it tells you in the back for the most part. I feel like it's like a beginner type of a thing, but I feel like the colors are not greatly helpful. Now, if you watch the video of the one that I did for the Kat Von D, I did mention that this was one of these two were the palettes that I had gotten. These were the two first like palettes that included highlighters, not highlighters, contours. I mean like contours that I ever gotten. Now I honestly don't remember. It was like prior to 2015 or after 2015, but this was definitely nowhere near COVID. So I would say definitely not after 2016, which even I think I'm stretching it. So these two are definitely going to be thrown out. Since I already discussed about the Kat Von D one, we are going to specifically go over Smashbox today. Now, number one, I am not going to be repurchasing anything from Smashbox in general at all. I actually did not like the primer, honestly, but that's besides the point right now. Like I mentioned, they do. I'm not going to be repurchasing again. The number one reason, besides the fact that I didn't like the primer, and this does not. I don't know why I purchased this. Now I look back and I'm like, this was a waste of money, honestly. So that, and then on top of that, they do not support watermelon. Especially since they are owned by Estee Lauder. So because it's owned by Estee Lauder, we are not going to purchase this from purchase Smashbox at all. So that being said, get this off of your list. Anyways, this is how it looks. Now, let's see. This okay. So this one right here is the wax one. It actually now at this time. Oh, clearly the wax thingy that has the door stuff broke, but that's besides the point now. It is a little too sticky now, which I don't like. I do have something else to put my eyebrows in place if it kind of looks a little, going up and down or whatnot, which is rarely the case, but sometimes I do want to set it in place just in case. So that's what this one is for, but I don't like the texture of it at this time. Now I don't honestly remember how the texture was before because clearly we're in 2024 now. These two is also like to fill in the brows. Again, I don't use these to fill in the brows. The only thing that I ever honestly used was hold on, let me see a close up. Um, it was honestly this one a little bit here and a little bit this one. There's only a slight little dent which my camera is clearly not picking up honestly. Um, but these top two is basically for the contour purposes. These bottom is two. Well, they mentioned one for highlight, one for glow, but technically they're both highlighters. They both are glowing, honestly. And then the rest of it here is all the eyeshadows. And honestly speaking, clearly I slightly use only a little bit of this one. If I had to use anything out of this whole palette at this time, honestly, it would just be that eyeshadow. But I do have a color that is slightly close to this shade, so I don't really need to use it out of this. And honestly, just for one, I don't want to waste space, honestly. And like I said, I have had this for God knows how long now. So yeah, I'm personally not going to repurchase this. They don't support watermelon, like I mentioned. It's a waste of money. Clearly, now I don't. I think another major thing in this palette is I feel like these two shades are definitely not for me. Like I said, I think in one of my videos regarding makeup, I did mention that at the time that I started purchasing some of the things that I have no idea about at all, like the shades and whatnot, I was just buying it for the sake of buying them, or mainly like the eyeshadows and the contours and stuff. I was really not looking at the shades like that. So honestly, I was just like buying them because I was like, oh, I'll try it out. And the next thing you know is that I did not like the colors at all. So these two colors are definitely not for me. I feel like I need to go a little bit lighter. Um, I never ever use these dark shades at the bottom here. And honestly, I do use like more of a glittery shades with some of these on the top bar. But then again, at the end of the day, I'm not using over 90% of this palette. So in my opinion, this is going to be a waste of money. I would want to know that the percentage number for me using of this palette should be higher now. So since I know, like, I need to look at the colors itself, not just like, oh, I need a contour and just grab anything. Um, so that being said, I want to make sure that anything that comes as a palette, that I'm actually using majority of it, if not all. So yeah. Now I know that obviously we will always will have like probably like some kind of shades that's a little bit on the darker side or like the brownish shades. Um, so which is okay, but then again, I don't want it to be like the majority of the palette. If it have to be the eyeshadows, contours, I feel like I don't want to do palettes anymore. I want to stick with like probably just like one particular palette. No, one particular shade of contour instead of getting like the whole palette. Because if I'm gonna get the whole palette, like this one, there's gonna be like a whole bunch of different shades. Honestly speaking, which is like completely pointless. As you can tell, there's three of them, but clearly I did use a lot more of this particular palette than I have this one, for the reason I'm telling you honestly. So that being said, if you guys want me to look into any other products, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Other than that, I'll be linking both my Instagram pages. Make sure to follow, hit the subscribe button, the bell button, and I'll be back for more. Stay safe and stay tuned, guys.